I saw a video recently claiming that looking at plants is therapeutic, physically and mentally. That if you look at plants, you are objectively going to be better off than, I don't know, than if you never look at plants. So that struck me as interesting. The person was claiming there was some scientific research to that. So I Googled, I fact checked to see does looking at plants really help a person live a better life. You know what? Looking at the data and looking at the research, it's hard to argue. I just pulled up one article here kind of at random. House plants, in particular, are good for your health and not just for their visual beauty. Why? Well, they do the opposite of what we do. They release oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide, which freshens up the air and eliminates toxins. Extensive research by NASA has revealed that houseplants can remove up to 87% of air toxin in 24 hours. Studies have also proven that indoor plants improve concentration and productivity by up to 15%, reduce stress levels, and boost your mood, making them perfect for not just your home but your workspace too. Boy, with that data, I'm not sure why every office doesn't just automatically put a plant on everybody's desk and see profits increase. At work, place plants, especially those with broad leaves on your desk, they will help regulate humidity and increase levels of positivity. Seeing greenery in nature help us feel more relaxed and calm, and then there's a link to a whole separate study about how just seeing green, like not artificial green like the chair I'm sitting in, but actually naturally occurring green actually benefits your everyday mood. Indoor plants serve a practical and aesthetic purpose and will enhance your life. So there you have it. And I guess if you don't have a pet plant, you're doing life wrong, apparently. Full disclosure, I don't have a plant. My wife watches these videos. You know, she's the one who's kind of primarily in charge of our decor. Be curious to see if this video results in us getting a couple indoor plants or not. But I also thought about this in light of this newsletter that I got in the mail from Concordia Health Plans, our church's insurer. And there's this Better Health newsletter, and it talks about the COVID-19 pandemic may leave you with some lingering financial and emotional scars. But hopefully it will leave you with some lasting positive healthy practices. And then they list 4 of them here, which can be done during times of COVID quarantining and healthy habits for any time. And the first one is reading books. Long-term study of more than 3,600 people over the age of 50 found that book readers live longer than non-book readers. I was just talking to a member of our congregation on Sunday who was talking about her mother, who's in her 90s, who is still an avid reader with a really sharp mind. And you know, this lady who's in her 90s, this gal was telling me how she was computer savvy, you know, watching church services online, and just really engaged even in this time of isolation and she's a very avid reader. Then cooking at home. Research published in the journal Public Health Nutrition found that people who cooked 5 times a week at home were nearly 50% more likely to be alive after 10 years than those who ate out or carried out more often. My goodness. That's insane. If like 50% more likely to be alive, that means the other people are 50% more likely to be dead. That's incredible. From cooking 5 times a week at home. And says the benefits aren't just from eating healthier, although I imagine that's a huge one, but also grocery shopping, following recipes, preparing food helps your brain develop new connections. Then they list coughing and sneezing into your elbow. I don't think I'm going to get further into that one. That one's pretty self-explanatory. And then this one also is out of left field. Watching animal videos. I think YouTube originally existed largely as a repository of cat videos, people filming their cats and putting them on YouTube. In a study of nearly 7,000 people, researchers found that those who watched animal videos boosted their energy and positive emotions and had fewer negative emotions afterward. So maybe instead of looking at all those stupid memes that are circulating on social media, most of them cooked up by Russian trolls, maybe let's all just watch animal videos. Have more energy and positive emotions. Imagine that, spending a few minutes on the computer watching animals run around and then getting an energy boost. All right, that's some random stuff. I mean, the common thread here is health, physical, mental, potentially spiritual health. So why would this be? Why would preparing recipes, reading books, looking at green plants, and watching animal videos make somebody healthier? I think the answer's in the Bible. And I look at Genesis chapter 1, which really, lays out a lot of what we need to know for life in this creation. And God blessed Adam and Eve and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the heavens and over every living thing that moves on the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the face of all the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. You shall have them for food." We have really good theology as Lutherans. Sometimes I do, though, read theology by other church bodies. The Calvinists really do a lot with this passage. They have something called the cultural mandate, sometimes called the creation mandate in certain circles. And the thinking is that God designed us in order that we might thrive best when we are actively using our minds and subduing the things of the creation for our benefit, not exploiting the things of the creation. Obviously, if you got a plant on your desk, you don't want that plant to die, right? You want to take care of the plant. But the idea is the more that you are using the elements that God placed in creation, the more that you are exercising yourself, body, mind, and soul, the better off you will be. And actually, for that matter, the better off the creation will be when we're good stewards of the creation around us. I also, not to get all too Calvinist here, we are Lutheran after all. Well, anyone watching this video may not be, perhaps, but I'm Lutheran. And so I do want to go bring in some Luther into this. The first article of the Apostles' Creed, I believe in God the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth. So we believe there is a creator who has designed the world in a certain way. What does this mean? I believe that God has made me and all creatures, that he has given me my body and soul, eyes, ears, and all my members, my reason and all my senses, and still takes care of them. And from there, Luther has that long list of things that God gives you from creation. But I want to focus on that beginning part here where Luther really hones in on the senses. He names the particular senses and also talks about reason, the mind that God has given to us. And you can here again see the idea that if we are created beings of God and we're created with senses, he didn't give us these senses for sinful purposes, even though we use them to sin sometimes, but he gave us these senses in his wisdom so that we would use them in the creation which he has surrounded us with. In other words, we are at our best and we are thriving when we're looking at creation, when we're looking at those green plants, when we're looking at those animal videos. We're at our best when we're using our senses in order to subdue creation, when we're putting recipes together in the kitchen. We're also at our best when we're using the mind that God has given us, the reason. Now, we know that things of faith, transcend things of reason. We can't, with our reason, comprehend the things of God. And yet the things of creation that God has set in front of us, the more that we're reading books, the more that we're stretching our brain, exercising our mind, it stands to reason that we will be better off. So I pray that during this COVID time you have had opportunities to, if not have house plants or watch animal videos or make certain recipes or read books. Actually, I hope you've done some of those things. But let's be thinking about how best to be the creatures God has designed us to be in this time. All those things are things that we can still be doing. And then when this time has passed, when all things pass, with the exception of the eternal things of God. So let's be thinking about that, and let's notice how the more that we live within the design that God has made in creation, the more robust, energetic, healthy, and dare I say happy we will be, and more likely to be of greater service to God's kingdom as well. God bless you.